Hi everyone, happy Friday night. Thanks so much for joining me and for spending a little bit of your Friday evening with me crafting. I am here to just show you a couple more projects using the Sale-A-Bration goodies that you can get for free right now until Sunday night. Sale-A-Bration happens usually just once a year, but this year Stampin' Up! Is offering it twice. It's going to be back again in July and August with different free offerings. So this time, or this round of Sale-A-Bration ends, like I said, Sunday night. For every $60 purchase, you get to choose something for free out of this little catalog. And if you purchase $120, there's a couple of level 2 items that you can get. So lots of free stuff up for grabs. It's also a wonderful time to join Stampin' Up! If you want to just join for a discount, that's perfectly fine. You'll start off with a minimum $20 or 20% off all of your purchases. And right now you'll get 5 packs of 6x6 Designer Series paper. And this is going to be in the new annual catalog that comes out in May. So it's a great value, over 200 sheets. And that's free right now during Sale-A-Bration if you sign up as a demonstrator. So over the last week I've been showing projects using the free items that you can get in this catalog. Tonight I'm going to be using the Approaching Perfection stamp set, which is on page 6 of the catalog. It's right here, and there's a couple of projects shown here. And I'm also going to be featuring the Ombre paper and all of the other paper, or 2 of the other packs of paper that you can get for free right now. So if you're just joining me, thank you. Or maybe you're watching the replay. So the card I'm going to show tonight, it was inspired by a demonstrator named Julie Davison in the United States. I'm just using a piece of the thick Whisper White cardstock, and I've cut it the long way. Some people call it the hot dog way. So this is just a regular sheet of 8.5 by 11 paper, and I've cut it in the middle at 5.5. Or sorry, 4 1/4, scored it at 5.5 to make my card base. And I'll just use my bone folder to give that a good tight crease. I've cut a couple of labels from the nested label dies. They're in the annual catalog towards the back. A year or so ago, they were bundled with a Free as a Bird stamp set, I think it's called, but now you can just order them by themselves. And I've got a piece of the Ombre paper that I've cut at 5 1/4 by 4. This is the Blackberry Bliss, and I'm going to layer it on a piece of basic black. As you can see, I just cut my label right out of this layer. No one's going to see it, so why waste paper, right? So I'm just going to put these 2 together with a little bit of multi-purpose liquid glue. My basic black layer is cut just 1/8 of an inch larger, so 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And then we'll adhere this to the card base. And see? No one's going to see that, so it also cuts down on the weight of your card if you're sending it in the mail. And then these 2 will get layered together eventually, but first I'm going to stamp a couple of stamps. First up is the sentiment. So what if you're a year older? You're fabulous. And I need to put the sticker on this, so let's do that. So I've showed in some of my previous videos, the stamps come in a sheet of, these ones are red rubber, And you can put the stickers on yourself or leave them off, whichever you choose. Now they're very sticky and they adhere to our clear blocks really well. So I do prefer to put the stickers on. So you just take the backing off to expose the sticky cling. And then just put your stamp right on the back. And then peel it off. And that makes it really sticky. And then you can adhere it to your clear block like that. And see which direction you're stamping your words in. I find it makes it a lot easier. And then just put that back in the stamp case until you're ready to put all your other stickers on. So we're going to stamp that in our Memento Black. Try and get it straight. But no card is perfect, so there you go. That's not too bad. And then I'm going to stamp the candles that are in the stamp set using Blackberry Bliss, which is the color of the ombre paper here. Some of my ink pads are the old style, which this one is. So I'm just going to put a row of these candles, stamp them 3 times above my sentiment. There, that looks pretty good. So now we can adhere this to our basic black layer. I find the black and the Blackberry Bliss do take a couple extra seconds to dry, so I'm going to try not to rub my stamping very much if I can help it. So we'll just adhere that on our nested label die. And then we're ready to pop this up on our card here. And we have black dimensionals, so those are perfect for our black cardstock. They look much nicer than the white. And I'll just take the backings off. Kind of put that in the middle. Now that's good, just like that, if you wanted to leave it. But I'm going to step it up just another little notch and punch out a couple of balloons using our balloon punch and the ombre paper. So there's a piece of, I'll use this one that's just kind of plain on the front. It doesn't have the circles like this one does. Now to use our punches, just flip it over, slide this to unlock it. This one actually is stuck open, I've realized earlier today. I can't get it closed, but that's okay, at least I can still use it, right? So I'm just going to punch out a couple of balloons. Now I can get 2 different kind of shades of the Blackberry Bliss here. So let's do a lighter colored one. Maybe this color right here. And that's just recycling. As you can see, I've really used up quite a bit of my paper here. Oh, so ombre. And then I'm going to put some balloon strings using the Snail Mail Twine Combo Pack. There's a white baker's twine in here. It also comes with Blushing Bride, but I want the white. I'm just going to give the balloons some little strings. So let's just adhere that on the back with a glue dot. This is our Take Your Pick tool. If you haven't seen it, it's another wonderful tool to have in your craft room. So I'm just going to put a glue dot there to hold the baker's twine, and then put the twine hanging down. And then I need one for this balloon. with this take your pick tool, you just twist and turn, and this end also has a little spatula that you could use, or the more pointy end. And then this end has kind of a sticky putty, so it's great for helping you pick up rhinestones and other embellishments like that. Her sequins works really good for that. And then you can also get a brush to put on the end. So it just screws in there, and then that helps get all the little bits of paper out of from your die cuts. So it's a wonderful tool. I highly recommend it. So we need another little piece of baker's twine. Not quite sure how long I need it, so let's just cut it like that. So I'm going to put these balloons on the left hand side here, I think. Or would they be better over here? Yeah, I think on the left. So part of it's going to be resting on my nested label die, and the other piece, or the other half of the balloon, is going to be kind of hanging over the edge. So I want to support that with a mini glue dot, the part that's going to be hanging off. And then just a little bit of our Tombow multi-purpose glue on the part that's going to be resting on my sentiment part. Hi Sherry, thanks for joining me tonight. There we go, and our string's just a tiny bit long. There you go. Cute little birthday card. And here's another one I made using the Bermuda Bay. So which one is your favorite color? I'm not sure which one I like. I think I might like the Bermuda Bay a little bit better. I like my placement of my balloons and things, maybe. Anyway, cute and super simple. Alright, I've got another card, a couple of cards to show you. Let me just tidy up a bit here. The next card I want to show you features some more of our beautiful paper. This is the Flower and Field DSP, which I think is my favorite. Tons of gorgeous patterns. It coordinates with a lot of different colors as well. There's the daisies. And this is a card I actually saw on the blog of Elaine de Montmorency, who inspired me to make that kind of fancy fold donkey card the other night. So she used a piece of the Flower and Field DSP, and it is 2 1/4 inches by 5 inches. So I'm just going to layer it on a piece of white that is 5 inches by 3 3/4. About, maybe 1/2 inch down from the top. And then I'm going to layer that on a piece of basic black. As you can see, this is a scrap that I had from when I made that donkey card. But again, no one is going to see it because it's going to be hidden. So why not use it, right? And then I'm going to layer that on a piece of Bermuda Bay. So this is cut at 8 1/2 by 5 1/2. And I'm going to score it at 4 1/4. So remember, the light colored blade is your scoring blade on your trimmer. Just helps you give a nice crisp crease. So we can layer those on. Doesn't that make the paper just pop? I love it. I like Bermuda Bay anyway, but this is really pretty. I might have a couple packages of this paper. Shh. Next, I'm going to use another stamp from that Approaching Perfection stamp set. I'm going to use the Happy Birthday. I'm just going to put it down here in the corner. You could use any sentiment. This would be good for thinking of you or anything like that. I just stamped or inked up my Memento ink pad, and it's looking kind of splotchy. I think I put too much on. Anyway, it'll be fine. So just stamp it down. Looking good. Now, you could just leave it like that. You could put some of that white baker's twine on, put a bow. I'm going to add a couple of sequins. These are the Artistry Blooms adhesive backed sequins from the annual catalog. I just store them in one of our empty stamp cases here. And there are some blue ones in here. I think they're Pool Party, but there is Pool Party in the paper, so that'll be just fine. I'll use my Take Your Pick tool again to just help me pick up some of these. These have adhesive on the back of them, so it makes picking them up really a piece of cake. So it's always better to add your embellishments in odd numbers, so like 3 in this case, or 5. I think 3 is enough. And apparently if you put them in kind of a triangle, it makes it visually appealing. So I think we'll just add it there. So there's my 3. It's probably good. Now, how easy was that? We're done. Now, of course, you could put a layer on the inside and maybe another strip of that paper and maybe another sentiment or another bit of wording from the stamp set if you like. I'm just going to leave it like that for now and show you one more card. This next one uses the fruit paper. What's the official name of it? Berry Blessings. Oh, Berry Delightful Designer Series paper. It's another 12 by 12 pack. So this time I have a piece of Pacific Point, and I'm going to score it at 4 1/4. Is that right? Yes. Now this is pretty much the same layout, just slightly different from this one. So I'm going to put my strip of paper, that again is 5 by 2 1/4. I've chosen the pattern that's got a few different fruits on it, and I'm going to layer it on a piece of the Whisper White. That is 5 by 3 3/4. Oh, it looks like that's just a hair too short, so let me just trim it. Good. And then I've got a, was I going to layer this? I can't remember. I think I was planning to layer this on some black, but maybe not. What do you think? Should I layer it? Or I could use a piece of DSP. Maybe this piece. That might make it too busy. Well, why don't we just put it on just like this and see what that looks like. So we could pop this layer up using some of our dimensionals. Just to make it a little bit different than this first card, or the second card that we made. So we'll put that on our Pacific point. Oh shoot, I should have stamped the sentiment first. Oh well, we'll see what we can do. See how good it'll turn out if I stamp it, even after I've added the dimensionals. Now, let's choose a sentiment maybe from the Berry Blessing stamp set. Wishing you the very best. That's a kind of the shape of the sentiment that I want. Wishing you the very best. I'll add that onto a clear block and stamp it in Pacific Point ink. So again, when you're inking up your stamp, don't ram it and twist it in. You just want to go tap, 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 because you don't want to get ink on your block if you can help it, because then you are at a higher risk of getting it on your card. Wishing you the very best. Now, did you know in this paper there's a sheet that looks like strawberry, the little seeds on strawberries? And if you were one of the lucky ones to get your hands on our strawberry punch, I say that because this is not orderable right now. It's been so popular. It is sold out of our warehouse and we're waiting for more stock to come in. If you take that piece of cardstock, you can put your paper in there and punch out one of those strawberries, just like that. And then there's a topping, or a topper, for your berry. So I'm going to punch one out with Garden Green, because that's one of the colors in the DSP. So I know that that will coordinate thanks to Stampin' Up. They've made it easy for me. So now let's put these together. Isn't that cute? I'll just put a little bit of adhesive on my green topper there. Ta-da! Isn't that just the cutest little strawberry? And we can put that on the front of our card here, I thought. Probably 2 dimensionals is enough. And we'll just put that down right there. And then we need to put an inside layer, because this is a fairly dark color. We want to be able to write in there. So I'll just cut a piece of white 5 1/4 by 4. And then I already cut a piece of the DSP here that I thought I'd layer on the inside. It brings out that beautiful Pacific Point again and just shows another pattern. Oops, maybe scooch it down a bit. And then add that on the inside. There you go. And you could put happy birthday on the inside. Here's my birthday stamp. I think I cleaned it already. Yeah. And then my Pacific Point ink, I'll bring it in again. There, a beautiful birthday card. Doesn't that look nice and summery? Oh, I can't wait until the strawberries are out again. So there you go. We've got 3 cute and simple cards using Sale-A-Bration goodies that you can get for yourself for free until Sunday night. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will try and hop on later this weekend. Otherwise, here's this, I have a new host code valid right now. If you'd like to go on and place an order, remember you can get this paper for free, this paper for free, the Approaching Perfection stamp set for free, the Berry Blessings is free with the DSP with a $120 order. There's all kinds of goodies. Thanks so much. Good night.